Nice. Might have to switch to a Sabiki rig. I'm just fishing for just for bait for blues right now. What? That's awesome. Wow. Guy next to me just caught three. He just landed three snappers. So there's Manhattan right there. Almost feels like I had a fish. All right. One more cast. I'm going to switch off to a Sabiki rig because the guy next to me just pulled in three fish on a Sabiki rig. I'm going to move from that, right? I'm going to go switch off to a Sabiki rig. I'm definitely going to be able to get some fish. Let's see. All right, Sabiki rig time. Sabiki rig time. Thanks for joining the live stream. If you didn't read the description, I'm in Sandy Hook, New Jersey, and I'm fishing the tip. And I'm about to switch up my. So I started with fluke fishing, but everything was ripping off my gulp. There's so many snappers here right now. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to throw on a Sabiki rig. These hooks are super sharp. So yeah, Sabiki rig. And at the end of it, I'll put one here. Have a spoon like this. Thank you for the likes. I usually don't ask for likes, but I learned that you have to double tap the screen to leave a like. I never even knew that, so I started doing that when I watched the live stream. All right, let's go and catch some. Go catch some fish. Let me try this. If you can see, you can probably see the Manhattan skyline out there. That's Verrazano Bridge in Manhattan. I'm basically fishing right across from it. Oh, fish. We got one. All right. Probably a snapper blue. Not big. Nothing crazy. There he is. All right. That's a snapper bluefish. I'm going to let this guy go. Yeah, but these guys are up to be quite big. All right, maybe I can get a like for that catch. Let's do it again. I did notice that if you jig it a little bit, it helps. But sometimes you don't have to. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. I don't know how loud it is. I'm basically standing in the Riptide. All right, hold on. Hold on. All right. I'm going to get a fish in this cast. Let's go. I see them over there jumping. Getting bites. Um, so, yeah, once again, all the way in the background there, you can see the New York skyline. Verrazano Bridge, Manhattan, Brooklyn. First thing you're going to see is Brooklyn. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. So far, I caught one snapper bluefish. We'll let it go. I think most of the fish from today's stream I'm going to let go. I really want to catch a fluke, but unfortunately, there's so much bluefish here. Hi, King. Hello, guys. It's going to be a little hard for me to put my phone down. It's basically hanging right next to my. Where'd you get? Nice. I got one. I got to also talk to people next to me sometimes. How you doing? How you doing? Hold on. What do you got there? Jonathan, how you doing? Kellens, how you doing? So once again, I'm fishing right across from New York City. It's called Sandy Hook Beach. It's actually a federal land. It used to be an old fort, and I'm right in the middle of the Riptide. And I came here fishing for fluke, but now I downsized to catching snappers because they just keep eating my bait. I'll be able to check the chat every minute or so because I'm basically standing in water. It's a little hard, but the signal's still good, so that's a good thing. I'm getting bites. Oh, got one. All right, wait, came off. I noticed that if you just jig it side to side, so yeah, snapper blues, they'll chase it too. How old I am? I'm old, man. I'm old enough to have two kids. Why? All right, it's a good sized fish. That's probably gonna go in my pants. Well, that was pretty awesome. So we got two keepers. I don't know if you just joined the stream, but I just landed a nice blue. Let's go get another one. All right, I got my money on the fish right now. So I got two keeper blues. Thank you for joining the stream. All right, let's get one. That was a beautiful fish I just caught. Come on, don't fail me now. Thank you for joining the stream. I'm fishing right across from New York City skyline in Sandy Hook, New Jersey. Let's cast it out again. So with bluefish, you can only keep three. That's a good cast. I think I'm gonna get a fish on this one. Let's try it. I'm gonna let it drop and just jig it. How you doing, Mateusz? I'm probably just gonna give these fish to my parents. Together. Man, that last fish was so much fun to fight. Alright, let's try casting a little to the right. Look at that giant cargo ship. Let's try casting a little to the right. And getting bites. No. Thanks for joining the stream. How you doing? Favorite lure? I'm fishing with a lure from Norway, I think. It's just a spoon. But it just got me two good fish. And I'm trying to catch a third one. The irony of it all is that I had 10 people or 5 people watching the stream, and that's when I caught my fish. As soon as 200 people joined, I can't land the fish. My favorite lure for the ocean, it depends what I'm catching. For fluke, I like gulp. Favorite fish to catch, definitely fluke. Also, the hardest fish for me to catch in the keeper size. Thanks for the questions. But yeah, I have a Norwegian lure on it. It's like a spoon. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. That means a lot. I think you have to double tap the screen to leave a like. All right, yeah, this is what I'm fishing with. I think it's made in Norway, but it's just a simple spoon. It's made by Crocodile Jensen, Lou Jensen. Actually, probably made in Oregon. Not bad, but it has a lot of Nordic sounding names. Ugh, nah. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Kingsman. Hmm. Look at that giant ship. Maybe it'll push a school of blues towards me. All right, let's recast it. I don't know if many of you guys saw the last fish I caught, but it was a really good size cocktail blue. Those fish get huge, but the best tasting fish are usually around 12, 13 inches. Thank you for subscribing and thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. All right, let's get a fish. Man, where are you guys from? Oh, wait, I had a bite. Hold on. Bite, bite. Uh, the guy I'm fishing with is feeding the seagulls with the fish he catches. All right, let's see if I can get another one. I really want to get another blue. So yeah, I'm fishing right across New York City skyline. I don't know if you can see it in the distance, but that's Verrazano Bridge, Brooklyn, Manhattan. Really good fishing here. But this year, I haven't had my usual luck. All right. And I'm using it. Huh? Yeah, I noticed. I'm fishing the low tide right now. It basically just changed. Maybe that's why all the fish left. Once again, thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. Oh, get bites, bites, bite, 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 bite. Let me change up spot real quick. There's a deeper spot here. Here, I don't know if you've been in the stream. I'll show you the two fish I caught real quick so you don't think I'm completely fishless today. But it's a beautiful spot. The water's still warm. Officially, the beach season closes around mid-September here. I have a nice back there. So, yeah, but these are the fish I caught. These are both blues. They're pretty good size. They're good eating. When they get bigger, they get really oily and fishy. And yeah, you just catch them on a spoon like this. As long as they're around, they'll bite anything. You can probably cut a beer can in half and take a little piece and catch them on that. Thanks for the likes again. I appreciate it. My all-time record is 104, I think. 104 likes. Not sure if I'm going to beat that today, but I appreciate it. But yeah, if you never fished before, there's I suggest you don't go out and buy anything crazy. Don't spend a lot of money. I think 90% of people that come here to fish actually come here just to enjoy the ocean. So if you're next to any body of water, get a cheap fishing rod and have fun. If you don't catch fish, sometimes they'll come here 3 times and not catch one fish. Sometimes they'll come here and catch 20 fish. That's just what fishing is all about. I think fishing is probably the best sport out there. It's relaxing. You don't have to spend a ton of money. You can bring your kids doing it. I'm from New Jersey. I live right across from New York City. It looks like the tide changed and the fish kind of left. I'm going to try one more time. Uh-oh, there's a wave. Let's cast before the wave. All right. Probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to let it drop to the bottom. So for Fluke, you want to jig it a little bit because Fluke it likes to catch fish that's swimming over it. That's why I jig it a little bit. You never know, I might catch a Fluke. How you doing, Sadie? Oh, it's night. Here in Jersey, it's 12:15. It's lunchtime. India is a beautiful culture, man. A lot of my friends are Indian. Best weddings I've ever been to. All right, let's try it. But yeah, this is kind of like a wild beach across from New York City. You'd think that, you basically, New York City is maybe, what, 10 miles away? Less than that. Let's try casting again for a blue. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. All right. So for blue, you really, I mean, you can reel fast. You can jig it a little bit. Either way, but I know like they like to, if you twist the rod, you'll get a blue if they're there. Some guys just reel fast. All depends. Oh, fish, fish. All right, maybe I should have been reeling fish. I got a fish. Let's go. Let's get this fish in. It's something small. It's small. Yep, there it is. There you go. Small bluefish. That's they're called. These are called snapper blues. All right, should we feed him to the seagull? Oh man, this guy really did it. Yeah, by the time I take this out, I think we're better off feeding him to the seagull. Well, you know what? Let him live. I'm trying to catch a big fish. I did catch bigger ones. I wonder if you catch a fish and feed it to a bird, does that count against your limit? That's what I thought before I fed it to the fish. How you doing, FA? All right, let's try. I'm just gonna reel it. Should I jig it? Jig, 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 jig. Just reel it fast through the water. So I came here to fish for fluke, but the problem is those little fish, they bite all your bait away. So I switched up and started fishing for blues. I don't know what I'm trying to catch a big fish, man. But I know how you know how fishing is. Some days you don't want to catch a fish and you get one, and some days you feel like you're gonna have everything in the world and you catch nothing. Hey, if you guys don't mind, can you like my stream? It helps. I think you gotta double tap the screen. So you see those buildings in the distance at my rod tip? That's New York City. Yeah, the tide just changed, so fishing slowed down a little bit. Fast. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Because likes kind of mean that you, whatever I'm doing is kind of worthwhile. I know I'm not a super professional fisherman catching big fish, but all right, we're gonna reel fast, real fast. Let's try and catch a bluefish. Slow it down, jig it. All right, good. Yeah, it's definitely afternoon for us here. Hmm. Ah, man, what a beautiful spot. So this here is actually a really dangerous area. It's a riptide here. It's basically the tip where the bay meets the ocean. And if you're not careful, you can get yourself in trouble. They all left. Huh? Yeah, I know. Did you get a keeper? You want one? Well, I have two. I'll give you one of mine. I've never. I was gonna give it to my parents. Anytime I cook fish in my house, my wife complains. Well, no, I definitely got the right wife. I know. No, my she comes in at like 8 p.m. trying to sleep, and she's like, the whole house smells like fish, and I don't get to eat any. Yeah. No, it's awesome. My wife will catch a fish, but she doesn't want to take it off the hook. There you go. That's perfect. Oh, nice. I love fishing too. So the way I got my name is actually I used to tell my kid stories when he was little. I made up a character called Grumpy Orca, and I had to like come up with a bunch of stories what Grumpy Orca does and this and that when he was little, because the kids will always ask you to tell them a story that's not in the book. So that's how Grumpy Orca came about. I told them a story about Grumpy Orca. Yeah, fishing's the best. Not only is it fun, you meet a lot of good people. Uh, no, I think the bluefish are gone. I appreciate the likes, guys. Really nice. But yeah, we just had a tide change. Oh wait, I got something. What is this? Definitely not a fish. Seaweed. And you know what kind of seaweed this is? Yeah, Florida is nice. I just went there. You guys got really good people that live in the Panhandle. Really down to earth. Like Miami is a little crazy, but if you go down to up to Panhandle by Louisiana, man, what a beautiful place. All right, let's see if we can get one more. Ugh, don't want to get my reel is completely sealed, but I still don't like to get my rod wet. Now I don't really have time. My hands are all wet, so I can't touch my phone. But I'll talk to you. Thanks. I don't usually show my face in the stream. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. 25 likes. That's not bad at all. Wait, do I have a fish? Probably not. What the hell? Well, we wouldn't be fishing across from New York City and not catch a plastic bag. Let's see. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Yeah, there is Jersey water. We're fishing on Sandy Hook, right across, the federal land. We're fishing right at Sandy Hook Beach. I'm gonna keep this piece of plastic I just caught so it doesn't stay at the beach. We're gonna take it to the trash after I fish. But yeah, if you live in Florida, that's like a mecca of all fish, or is about to start. You can basically fish there year round. In Jersey, the fishing dies off around December after all the striper runs. Thanks, Arnold. All right, let me venture out there. Yeah, so basically, I had a bunch of blues that came to close to the shore, and I caught two. I caught more than two, and now they're all gone. I'm still trying to cast out for one, but I definitely got two nice keepers. Cool. 27 likes. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah. The problem, if you have a lot of the aggressive bluefish around, they have big teeth. So if you try and fish for any other fish, they'll just bite your tails off. That's why I switched and started fishing for bluefish. Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. The fishing. I mean, if you have a boat, um, fishing's pretty good all the time. But usually between December and I'd say March, it's hard. Maybe I don't come out because I have little kids. I don't often go by myself. Today is an exception. But yeah, I think the best fishing is about around Thanksgiving. Everybody, there's a million people at this place. Everybody fishes for striped bass. Yeah, boats are nice, but you know what's really good? A kayak. As long as you don't have big waves, kayaks are fun, and it's good exercise. We have kayaks, and I fish out of kayaks a lot. Yeah. I might switch out my rig and fish for Fluke a little bit. Oh, getting bites. Fish? Yeah, I think I have a fish. Let's see. Came off. It's probably a small snapper blue. I think, yeah, it's still playing with it. Wait, there it is. There you go. So yeah, these guys will completely ruin your day if you fluke fishing. Came off. They'll eat all your gulp. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. Oh, good bite. Let's see. Yep, got one. Here it is. Calm down, buddy. Let's let him go. All right. Yeah, so gulp is, if you don't have live bait, uh, gulp is a great alternative. You basically, it's like this grub made out of soft plastic, and the fish really like it. So basically, you can buy for about 15 bucks, you can or 20 bucks, you can buy enough to last you for like a month. And it's actually soy based, so it stays in this water, and it stays in the can, and you just put on your hook, and people have really good luck with it. Wow, there's a boat that has a lot of smoke around it. Right there. Hopefully it's not on fire and just diesel. No, I fish salt water and freshwater. I actually fish more freshwater. I'm just gonna let it drop. I'm gonna let it drop and I'm gonna reel it. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Is it true that you have to double tap the screen to like a live stream? But yeah, if you don't have ready access to live bait, try gulp. I use gulp minnows in freshwater. It's one of my favorite things to use. Man, I'm about to switch up and do some fluke fishing. Let's see, can probably fish for another hour. It's pretty good. Thank you for the likes again. So yeah, if you see that bridge in the distance, that's the horizontal bridge that goes from Staten Island to Brooklyn, and you can see the Freedom Tower and Manhattan. So we're right across New York City. No, I actually only fish. I'm in Central Jersey, around Somerset County, and so I fish Central Jersey. I don't fish North. I just go to Sandy Hook. I really don't. Sometimes I'll get a charter with my friends, but mostly fish freshwater in Central Jersey. I know in South Jersey you guys have snakeheads, which has been a dream of mine and many other fishermen, and I've seen some big ones. So fluke, yeah, fluke. The gulp is it's basically a very good artificial bait that smells like a real fish, has a lot of scent to it, and you don't want to just throw it out there and let it sit. You want to kind of always finesse it. You want to either jig it. I mean, some guys will throw it out there and let it sit, but I just don't get the point of that. You always want to keep it moving. And gulp, I'd say most of the fluke in Jersey gets caught on gulp, but keepers do get caught on a lot of live bait. I catch a lot of fluke, but not all of them are keepers. Well, I guess Central Jersey, as of like a year ago, it's official. But I'm basically from Somerset County, Bridgewater, the intersection between 78 and 287. So it's really smack in the middle of Jersey. North Jersey is nice. Pretty pricey though. Bridgewater is still sort of affordable. All right, let's go try a fluke rig. Yeah, so if you've never tried gulp, I recommend you try it. You're not gonna lose much. And if you have freshwater, try gulp minnow. The 2.5 inch is my go-to. Yeah, the blues are gone. Uh, oh, nice. Is that a piece of octopus? Oh, no, oh, the fish. That is awesome. Yeah, I'm switching for fluke now too. I hope that I don't eat our grubs. I'm gonna cast one more time. No, you definitely. The guy next to me is fishing with live, not live bait, but he caught a shad and he cut him up. Yeah, I know. I'm right at the tip. I wish I had a whole day. I, I only came here for like 2 hours, so I'm just gonna. I caught two nice cocktail blues, and unfortunately, I have to go home soon, so I don't have time to run around too much. I gotta get to back to Bridgewater by 3 o'clock to get my kids off the bus. So I'm just gonna stay at the tip, and I'm gonna try some fluke fishing because all the blues are gone. Got one? Nice. See, missed. It's all right. You're gonna get them back. Man, I love meeting people that know how to fish. You can learn so much from them. Hi, gamer. Huh? Oh, it bit the shad, right? Yeah. Uh, should I use a big rig? I don't know. I don't want to. I still want to use a light rig. Let's see what I'm gonna do here. I have this rig ready. It's a big rod though. Let's do it. It's bigger than you really need to use. It's actually a Mojo Surf. It's like almost like a striper rod, but I already have it set with a heavy high-low rig. So just so I don't waste anybody else's time, I might as well just throw some gulp on it. So yeah, this is gulp. This is what happened to my gulp. That's why I stopped fluke fishing. That was first cast, so I immediately knew that there were bluefish here, and that's why this stuff is pretty pricey. So I decided not to. See, that's what happens when you got snappers. I appreciate the likes. I'm up to 35. Man. What happened? Oh, you think the bluefish bit it off? Yeah. See, we're still losing stuff to blues, which is always an issue. You know. Yeah, the liquid in gulp is scented. These are a little bit more expensive than the packs, but I recommend buying these because that's a really good thing to keep because the bags always leak. If you get the bags with smaller stuff, make sure you put it in a Ziploc because they always leak. Then your car and your fishing gear smells absolutely terrible. And you dip a rooster head, it's gonna come off quickly. This is enough because this has all this scent already in it. You can, but it's gonna come right off, right? Because it's metal surface. But this stuff is made of like porous. I think it's actually a soy-based material, and it's like you see it's. And if you leave it out in the sun, it's going to shrink to maybe 1/3 the size. I don't know if you know those little toys they have for kids that you put them in water, they get bigger. Gulp is kind of like that. So yeah, if you buy this, I would spend more money and buy a can because you have this plastic container with a cap, and it's less likely to leak. But I still recommend putting it in a Ziploc bag. But let me tell you, I my car sometimes smells like a fish store because of how much gulp leaks in my car. All right, so this is a high-low rig I'm going to use. It's a little big for my taste, but I already had it set up. No, no, it's all good to ask. Look, you know what I like to do? I don't consider myself a friend, but I can catch fish. When I come out to fish, I find out that knows what he's doing, and I'll just pick his brain if he doesn't mind talking. And that's what happened today. I just met this beautiful person, and he gave me some advice, and I had a fish in my bag within the first 10 minutes. So that's what I like about fishing. Most of the people are nice if you have good intentions. You're gonna learn so much. Some like there's not really a lot of nasty people in fishing, and some people go nasty because they'll show you a spot, and then you'll bring a million people to the spot, and I don't like that either. You know. Let's see. What is this? Oh, look. Hold on. Let me throw this out. I don't want this to be in the ocean. Hold on. Yeah, got myself a little rope. All right, keep fishing. That's a huge rod. I know you can make fun of me for it, but I'm just using a very heavy rig. I really want to catch a keeper. Ideally, I would just use a like a proper fluke rod. Yeah, no, I have a bunch of spots that I would never show to anybody, but I would never direct anybody to a bad spot. Especially most of my friends have kids. I'll, I'll but yeah, there's some spots I know that I don't want anybody going there because there's so much fish there, and it's such a small body of water that they'll just fish all the fish out. And especially with kids in school, they'll post that stuff on Fish Brain. They'll brag to all their friends, and next thing you know, all your fish is foul hooked and dead. Oh, thanks again for the likes. I appreciate it. Oh, I got a bite. This rod is really too big. I brought it because I was gonna fish with for some spots and croakers. I like to use it during high tide. But I did get a bunch of fluke on this setup before. I think this guy got a fish already. When you fluke fish, it's also like finesse fishing. You can use a bass rod to fluke fish. You're not really, you know, if you use big baits like these, you can catch a bigger fluke, but that's not guaranteed. Usually that's the case. I need to downsize in my rod size. It's too big. I just grabbed it because it was the first thing I saw. I'm gonna try 3 casts with this thing and then I'll downsize it. But yeah, one thing if you're from Jersey, I gotta ask you, what the hell happened to all the sea robins? The sea robin population basically disappeared, and some people hate that fish. But I was just wondering what the hell happened to them. All right. Oh, one thing about a big rod, you can cast it far away. All right, I have 40 likes. I appreciate it. So interestingly enough, the most popular ways that people use to catch fluke around this area are also the ways that only get you small fluke. So that's a big problem because everybody gives each other advice, but we all catch short fish. And then there's one guy that has a way and nobody likes to use it. And next thing you know, he catches all the keepers. So people use killies, they fish in the bay in certain spots. Yeah, this is entirely too big. I'm going to do a couple more casts. I mean, if I get a fluke on that, that's probably going to be a keeper. What I like to do is I fish for spots and croakers. I'll get a spot and croaker rig and just cast it out there and slowly drag it back. That's why I brought that rod with me today. I did not know I was going to go fishing today. I just kind of grabbed what I had. Thanks for the likes. I'm up to 41. It's pretty good. I wonder if I can crack. I can probably crack 50. I don't know if I can crack 100. Oh, bites. I had bites. I wonder if that was a bluefish, though. No, please don't eat my tails. Yes, it was a bluefish. Look, that's why I stopped fishing for fluke last time. You see that? It's gone. She's gone, Jerry. So it gets frustrating because each one of those tails is worth about $1. So not only are you losing money, you're also not catching fish. Nice. I mean, good luck to you, Keaton. Yeah, there's a ton of keeper fluke all over Jersey. You got to know the spots. A lot of guys know amazing spots. I hear guys catching 20 keeper fluke. A guy that fishes the same in Sandy Hook will also catch. He caught a 6 or 7 pounder Tuesday. She sent me pictures of it. But I respect the people that keep their spots private. Eventually, I'm going to find my spot and the way to catch keepers. Um, I don't mind coming out here and catching short fish. All right, last cast with this thing, and I'm going to call it. And maybe I'll switch to a croaker, catch some croakers to take home. Last year, I caught a kingfish here. Me and my kids caught 2 kingfish. But yeah, always good to look at the New York City in the backdrop. Oh, had a bite, but I think that's bluefish. It's definitely bluefish. All right, so there's still a ton of snappers here. All right, last cast with this thing. What do we got? This is a good rod to catch stripers on. 43 likes. Thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. But yeah, if you can get out to go fish, do it. Especially if you're in Jersey, the weather's beautiful right now. September, October are really probably some of my favorite days to spend on the beach fishing. All right, I'm gonna reel this in. Yeah, but snapper blues really make it hard to fish. Yeah, that's funny. You saw how big the bucktail was when I started fishing with it, and here we go. So what these seagulls are doing, they're just waiting for somebody to catch a snapper bluefish and throw it to them. These are my favorite kinds of beach raccoons. How you doing, buddy? All right, I can probably fish for another 45 minutes. Oh man, is that a lighter? I'm gonna bring some trash home with me because I don't want this crap going back in the ocean. There's so much trash at Sandy Hook all the time. Unfortunately, trash is a huge issue here. Oh, also, if you guys fish and you're on the budget and you don't want to spend, you don't have $400 to spend on a Yeti, if not more, and it's great. Unless you know you're catching huge stripers or you go away for 2 days, that's pretty good. The Coleman's are pretty good. One day I'll have a Yeti backpack cooler, but for now, until I put my kids through college, I'm going to roll with the Coleman. Thank you, Cylinder. I'm sorry, I didn't see your message. I was walking to put away my rod. Yeah, the big rod wasn't really working. Oh, look at that. Is that a swim cap? Oh, God. What the hell is this? It's amazing. Every time I come back, there's something new here. Swim caps. I hope the person wearing the swim cap is still around, not feeding the fish. I don't know. My kid was on a swim team, never liked wearing swim caps. I think I have about 5 of them at home. All right. Let's try to cast out for a blue, and then I'm going to switch out to a croaker and spot fish. Get some fish for my parents. I caught 2 decent sized cocktail blues. I'm just wondering which rod I'm going to fish on with the croaker rig. Hmm. That's a strong. So yeah, if you ever come to the tip, please make sure you don't end up swimming in the water. In terms of like, don't go deep because the current here is extremely strong. Sometimes I can even catch a needlefish. One more cast. $46. All right, let's reel it in. All right, let's check where you set in the stream. How you doing, Simone? That's a fun story you wrote there. All right, let's see what we can do. Hold on. Oh, look at that lanternfly. Catch it. Kill it. Yeah, if you see lanternflies, please kill them. They're a total menace. Nothing eats them. Totally invasive. They're killing a lot of trees in Jersey. All right. So, I have a croaker rig I grabbed today. I'm gonna give my fish to my parents, so might as well catch some more. So these are size 8 hooks. You know, you can go a bigger hook, but if you definitely want to get the fish, you want to use size 8. I don't feel like losing any more Fluke tails because they get expensive. And I know I'm not going to catch a keeper Fluke today. So that's why I'm switching to a spot and croaker rig. Really should have brought a snap ring. Can't believe it. I was just rushing. I wasn't planning to fish today. All right. Let me put this here right now. Hopefully I don't step into that crock. There we go. What's your favorite amount of loops? I think with braid you have to do more. I think I'm right around 11, 12 right now. I'm not sure. Okay, pretty good. Let's put the end off. Really need to bring my snapper in next time. Sorry about that. Sign away. Thank you for the likes. I got 46 now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a weight and we're going to fish for some croakers and spot fish. Might have to go towards the bay a little bit for that. All right. Thanks again. I got another lake. I appreciate it. Looks like I'm going to crack 50 today. All right. And the way I just put this weight on is like this. Shoot it through the hole. There you go. So now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try fishing here. Have bloodworms. And that's what I'm going to use. You don't have to put a lot of bloodworm on. Just put a decent enough piece. But yeah, everything will eat a bloodworm. If nothing's biting a bloodworm, you might as well go home. They have so much scent. So just 2 pieces of bloodworm. Let's catch some croakers or spot fish. Probably gonna be a spot fish. I'm just gonna cast it in and drag it along the bottom. You don't want to let it sit because the crabs are gonna eat it. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. I think I had a fluke, some no pun intended, but I had an interesting stream where I got 100, and I got so used to that. All right, so what we got is a just two size 8 hooks, 1 ounce weight, and medium heavy rod. Should be able to eat it out there. It's the proper weight for the rod, and we're just gonna slowly drag it back and hope for the best. I am pretty sure I'm gonna get a fish. Maybe not the first cast, but it will come fast. Yeah. And one great thing about bloodworms and sedworms is that they always stay on. So yeah, you always wanna reel it. If you let it sit, the crabs are gonna get it. Sometimes spots and croakers they're further out, but you never want to let it sit. And you definitely once you have a bite, you're gonna have a like a it's gonna just you'll feel it in your rod tip. Oh, I think huh, that was heavy. Hey, how you doing, Frank? The temp right now is probably upper 7, maybe mid 70, I'd say. Like you can totally swim in this water. It's so warm. I don't know if you've been to around Sandy Hook, but it took a while to warm up this year. It's like you couldn't really swim until like mid July. At least my kids didn't. All right, looks like we got nothing. It's not a good sign. All right, I can fish for another 40 minutes, and then I got a beeline to my car. Oh, we crossed 50 likes. That's awesome. I appreciate you. All right, I was getting a little worried today. I was like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Thanks. All right, so yeah, with fuse and bloodworms, just you don't want to let it sit. Slowly drag it back. I noticed that out in the ocean, there's not as many spots as towards the bay. So I'm slowly moving towards the bay side. Huh. Wow, it is slow today. Usually bloodworms, you get instant bites. I feel like something's at the end of my rod, but maybe that's just the weight. Oh man, that is definitely slow today. So yeah, this is just a spot and croaker rig. You can make one yourself. You don't have to buy it. I was rushing today, so I bought one. It's super slow reel back. This way the crabs don't. I'm fishing with a St. Croix Triumph rod. You can probably see that it's not made for ocean fishing, but I treated the handle. The reason I'm fishing with it is because it's too heavy for me to use for freshwater. I like it for saltwater a lot. I just don't catch fish that big in freshwater. Nothing. What do you say? Yeah, that's why I'm dragging. I have a piece of bloodworm. I'm kind of just dragging it along the bottom. I hope the blues come back. Oh, had a bite. Man, the sun is really burning down my neck today. I have sunscreen, but man, it feels like I'm about to burn my neck off. Let's see what we got. Nothing. All right, let me cast towards the bay. That guy's having fun. I love small center console boats. That's a dream of mine one day. Usually, I catch spots and croakers by that green buoy over there. I'm surprised how expensive boats got after COVID. Thank you for the like. It's very nice of you. Wow, just dead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run back, get my stuff, and I'm going to move a little bit down further into the bay. We should be able to get some spots. I really only have about 30 more minutes I can fish, so got to make my move. So the reason I'm not fluke fishing right now is because there's too many crabs and blues and everything. I like to come to the tip adapted for everything, especially around September. I always want to fluke fish, but when the fluke fishing doesn't work, switch up. All right, I'm gonna go grab my stuff. Ooh, look at that sea glass. Nice. That's a nice piece of sea glass. Huh? Uh huh. Oh wow. Oh, that's smart. So I used to do. You know what I did that with? Power bait. You put them in little sacks. Oh, that's smart. Oh right. I'm gonna try that. That's smart. Is that like a string or sewing, or specifically made for fishing? I'm gonna remember that. Thank you. I'm gonna run towards the bay side a little bit because I got like 30 more minutes I can fish. Yeah. I forgot your name. Carl. That's right. Yeah, I know. Not for good reasons, but it was nice meeting you. Thank you so much for the help. All right, let's take some trash home. So I got this piece of. I love sea glass. My older kid loves it for some reason. I'm gonna take this trash home. I wish you could take all the trash, but I got about huh? Yeah, I'm gonna move down a little bit because I want to catch a spot or a croaker. I wish I could take all the trash home that's at Sandy Hook, but that's not humanly possible. I want to take the string so some bird doesn't get caught in it. Uh, you do? Yeah, that's the same thing with me. I don't see them. Yeah, unfortunately, Sandy Hook. Yeah, well, I'm gonna wash my bag anyway, so I'm just gonna stick it in there. A lot of birds get caught up on fishing line around Sandy Hook and stuff like that. All right. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna go for a little walk. It's only gonna be like, huh? I'm probably just gonna gut it and cook it whole, and then just peel the skin off. Because like filleting them, they're so delicate. Yeah, I just cut them right above the head, like right around the neck, and I just take everything out in one. Uh huh. Uh huh. Wow, that's quick. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna be doing that from now on. Oh wow, I didn't know that. And Seagull got it. Thanks again, Carl. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on. I just dropped one. Yep. And I want to make sure I didn't drop any of my. No, that's awesome. See, that's what I'm talking about. You go fishing, you'll meet people that are just salt of the earth, and that sometimes you need that. After I worked in finance world for a long time, and it'd take you 10 years to meet a person like that. But you can just come to fishing and meet a guy like that first day. All right. Oh wait, my dumbass just left my rod. That's funny. All right, hold on. Let me leave all this stuff behind. I don't want to drag this again. Yeah, that's typical when you rush. Let me check the chat meanwhile. Hello. Yeah, there is a. I remember that. That's. But thanks for pointing that out. I got two nice spoons in my shoe. What I didn't remember is to grab my other rod while I was talking to somebody. Yeah, I'm surprised I found a nice piece of green sea glass, which is pretty rare. That's a rare piece. My kid's gonna be happy. You know, while I was talking to you, I kind of forgot my rod. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Oh, this is funny. How are you doing, Jim Bob, Dina, and SK? Yeah, pollution is a major, major problem around Sandy Hook because it's a federal land, so there's not many funds allocated to clean it up. I'm gonna fish right across from that green buoy. Guy's name is Carl. I gotta remember that. And if I forget, I'll just watch the stream again. Look at that. You see? This is how nasty they are. They just landed right on my arm. It's a lantern fly. Not a care in the world. Hold on. You think I can kill it? You think I got it in me? Got it. All right. I still got it. Lanternflies. I hate them. They kill a lot of willow trees. For some reason, they love willow. All right, I'm going to throw that in my shoe for now. I really just want to get down there and fish. Yeah, right across from that green buoy is where I catch a lot of spots. I don't know what it is, but I had luck over there. Golf ball. Anybody like golf balls? Oh, it's a floater too. All right, this looks like a good spot as any. All right, let me go between these two guys. All right, done. All right, let's see what we can do. Oh, a ton of bait fish in the water. Don't really like the color of this water. Crabs. A lot of bait fish in the water. Hmm. Oh, there's more. How you doing? Slow. Hey, did you catch any keepers today? Uh, Yeah. So yeah, my buddy He sent me a picture. He released it. He caught a 6 pounder on Tuesday there, and he's nice. He actually released the fish, so it was nice. But yeah, there's still a lot of keepers around. Oh yeah. All right, this should get some action going. Yeah, one thing about bloodworms is they definitely create more scent than anything else. But he was right about the cut. It's a nice deep area. All right. I just saw a huge fin pop out. That was a big fin I just saw. I don't know what that was, but that was not a dolphin. Right past that, right past that green buoy. Let me check the chat real quick. Sorry about that. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Car Legend, Sabala, Christie, Adita, Real One. All right, hold on. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing here. I'm really surprised I didn't get. You can probably see the bait fish in the water. Thanks for the likes. 257. I can fish for the next 15 minutes. After that, I turn into a pumpkin. Wow, no spots or croakers biting. That is wild. Hasn't been a day where I would come here and not get a croaker or a spot on a bloodworm. That is wild to me. I bought them just in case the fishing was slow. But wow, this is pretty bad. Look at all the bait fish. See it swimming across? Ah, look at all the bait fish. Nice. No one deal with the crabs. I need one more leg to get to 60. Hook me up. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Look at all the bait fish. You see those little fish out there? That's what usually the blues will run and try to eat all of them. Wow, it's absolutely dead. Absolutely dead. Never seen anything like this. Hmm. No, nothing ate the worm. Still here. That is wild. Bloodworms will catch you almost anything here. Pufferfish, pigfish, um, croaker spot, kingfish. You'll catch fluke, small fluke on a bloodworm. But today, you can't catch anything. That's one thing to be grumpy about. Hmm. Let's try to cast it out there again. Here we go. It's pretty far out there. Let's see. Look at all the look at all the blues, baby blues. Oh, at least it's peaceful. Hi, Louis. Yeah, I can use shrimp. It's just I really like bloodworms. I know they're pricey, but I can kind of buy them on the way, and they work. Shrimp sometimes it can't cast as far. It comes off the hook. But yeah, I don't know if you can see this bait. It's just everywhere. All the bait fish is everywhere. It's pretty good and pretty bad. All right, 8 more minutes. Can I get a fish in 8 minutes? I don't know. It's so dead. There's a couple collecting seashells. Actually, I brought my friends here last year around the same time on the weekend, and we got a ton of croakers and spots. Really surprised. I don't think that's a fish that I have, unless it's something tiny. Felt a little nibble. Nope, dead. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. All right, I'll stop complaining. One more cast. 61 likes. Yes, it is different scenery, Ronya. I decided to go ocean fishing. Black Moon Mermaid. Thanks for all the comments, by the way. I appreciate it. All right, 5 more minutes. I really want to say bye to the guy I met today. He was so nice to me. That's what I like about fishing. I keep saying the same thing, but man, you go out fishing, you meet some good people. I just 61 likes. That's pretty good. Happy with that. I think this is the longest stream I've ever done in my life. All right, guys, it's pretty dead. I'm gonna head home. I appreciate you watching the stream. That means a lot. I hope you go out there and fish. Go out there and fish with your kids, with your family, or by yourself. It's sport like no other. Have a good day and bless you all.